As we busy ourselves in our today, we need to have an eye for tomorrow. How our tomorrow will be is up to us. Whether we want to grow, we want to outgrow ourselves, or stay where we are, we can totally control that. Whether we do it through a new job, or visiting a new country for the very first time alone, or making new friends or exploring new cultures, we can turn all of this vision into reality through IELTS. Welcome to the very final episode of Bring Your Tomorrow Closer. In this episode, we are going to learn how to open many doors. Let's begin. Today we have with us as guest speaker Mr. Rashed Hossain, who is the Chief Executive Officer at BRAC EPL Investments Limited. A very warm welcome to you, Mr. Rashed. Please. Okay, so we are super excited to have you here. Thank you very much, Mr. Rashed, for being with us here today.
Thanks for having me.
So we are very interested and intrigued by your accomplishment. You're one of the youngest CEO of an investment bank of this country. We want to know how this journey was for you.
Thank you for the nice words. Of course it is. I don't really see this as something that was a goal for me to become the youngest. However, it was always a goal for me to come to this position that I've come in. And I would say that it wasn't something that happened overnight. This went through phases in my life, and there was always this target. However, there was no clear picture. Obviously, I didn't know how I was going to get here, except working hard and maintaining and trying my best and maintaining my work standards and all that. But it wasn't something that I wasn't going for that title. But I was, of course, always geared to come here. I would say it all starts with your education and everything, right? Something like this. So I would say when I finished my A-levels in Mastermind, I remember I gave the exam, and then I started shortlisting universities around the world. So I was looking at universities in Australia, in Canada, in United States, United Kingdom. So when I was shortlisting, you look at the university requirements. I was looking, and there was this thing that said that all the universities required an IELTS exam. So I gave one while shortlisting the universities, and then when that happened, finally I applied, got accepted in a few, then chose a university. I went to Monash and in Australia. I joined BRAC EPL Investments Limited, the company that I'm running right now. I joined this company 10 years ago. It was also my first job in Bangladesh. And over the last 10 years, I just took it. It was like take it by the year, take it by the month, take it by the day, whatever it was required at that point of time. I just kept going, and then this opportunity when it came up and I got chosen, you know, of course, I am very proud to be here. So I'm excited.
Wonderful, wonderful. That was exciting to even hear as well, very energizing. I just want to focus on one of the points that you said, that it was a requirement for the university that you went to, and you actually looked for universities all around the world.
Yeah.
And then you saw that the IELTS were one of the requirements for you to fulfill. We have in our different episodes discussed a lot about preparations of IELTS, what the other different types of IELTS, and a lot of many other aspects. But now I want to focus on what IELTS results are acceptable, you feel, or according to you, how has the IELTS results score been important in your journey, or how do you feel it is important?
Well, last time I gave IELTS was like I think about 15, 16 years ago. I don't know how much has changed since then. But I remember like I would go back to looking at the universities, right? And when I was going through them, I saw that different universities and different countries had a different band score that was required. So the better your score, the better the universities that will consider your application, because it's not just your IELTS score, I know. It's your academic results and all that stuff that they consider, and then the whole thing, application gets either approved or from there. But of course, a good result always gets you in the door and always gets you into consideration with the best universities in the world. Because the better your score, the better your opportunities that are available to you. And you don't know where those opportunities are going to lead, but at every point of life and every point of time, opportunities are what you should be able to take. You should try to take advantage of.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. A good score is a good pathway towards that unlimited opportunities that your life can bring you. I just want to point out at one thing that you said about the IELTS score and the IELTS result that I just wanted to put it out there, that the IELTS result that comes from British Council. So if you take a computer-based exam, the results will be in within 3 to 5 days. And if you're taking a paper-based exam, it will take you around within 13 working days, you'll be able to receive your IELTS results. And this result is valid for 2 years. So with that validity, you can actually play around in terms of how you want to use that result. So what is a good score for the IELTS?
It depends on what purpose you're taking that IELTS for, right? So for me, when I was going into and looking at the universities that I wanted to apply to, I looked at the minimum requirement, right? So for anybody, for them, for their purpose and whatever they've shortlisted or wherever they want to go, they will have a minimum score requirement, right? And anything over that minimum score, I would say, is ideal, right? Because it is serving their purpose at the end of the day. So that is why they're giving it, that is why they're learning. So as long as they're able to achieve that,
it's a good result.
It's a good result, right? It doesn't matter if you win 1-0 or 4-0. 1-0 is 3 points in football, so it's the same thing like that. So you get 3 points either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say
Wonderful.
that.
Yeah,
As long as you get your objective done, whatever is the minimum requirement there, that's a good result right there. Congratulations to anyone who's got that. So.
Absolutely. And that brings us to the last question that I want to ask you, and I'm very interested to learn. What would, to Mr. Rashed, tomorrow mean?
Tomorrow is an opportunity, what I would say. It's a series of opportunity will come with the series of tomorrow that comes in life. It's an opportunity to do something different, to do something more, to make more of an impact, and to chase the dreams that I've already dreamt and the dreams that I will dream. Tomorrow I will dream for tomorrows later, that the dreams that I would want to achieve. And it would be the same thing, I would say, for anybody. Because whether you want to live somewhere, you want to work somewhere specific, or you want to study somewhere, you are setting your dreams up. And the tomorrows is when you try to achieve those dreams, when you work to achieve those dreams, and then one day you actually end up achieving those dreams. So like I said, like my dream started when I gave the IELTS back in time and went into Monash. So I would say for everybody, at one point, whatever their dream is, IELTS is where they start. Get this done, get the minimum score, get the good score, get into your opportunity, take your opportunity, and then see where life takes you. Just never give up. Keep going.
Well, that's wonderful. We are so glad that you made time for us. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Rashed.
Thanks so much.
So that was the very last episode of Bring Your Tomorrow Closer. For watching the previous episodes, you can easily go to the Facebook page of British Council or the YouTube channel. You can drop your questions down below. We will be happy to get your feedbacks as well. Good luck with your IELTS. To book your IELTS, please visit www.britishcouncil.org.bt.